Okie dokie, there we go. Hello, my crafty creatures. Half hour late today. My apologies. I just was waiting for my meds to kick in a little bit better. I was just still a little tired, so I pushed it back half an hour. And of course, it's the half hour that my dogs have decided that it is crazy hour. And to be honest, I was also watching Miss Twisted. Hello, oh my goodness, it's a spoopy. Spoopy. Captain Penis has made his appearance. Mind you, it's like 5 stitches of black, but he's shown up to the game. How have you been? I'm glad to see you. I'm gonna have to yell at my dogs. Like there might be yelling. I have today off, so today is a very low key day. I have like a to-do list of like just a myriad of things that I want to get done, but none of them have to get done. So if any of them get done, it'll be impressive. I don't have any stitch goals for today, like much like yesterday. Like I got a couple hundred stitches. Not yesterday, Tuesday, because I don't stream on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays is my go out if I have to go out before work day, because I don't like leaving my house more than I need to. I like staying home. I am very much a homebody. Oh, hello. Thank you. There we go. Oh, okay, I'm here. Feature has decided that drugs are his experimental thing for today. Welcome to any new followers. Today's project is Divine Instinct. It is a heaven and earth design. The art is by Michelle Phelan, who is a phenomenal artist. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I gotta see what's going on here. Yeah. Feature has decided that drugs are what's going on today. I got blah, 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 blah. English is hard today. Words are hard, period. I've been getting a lot of my little 5-minute projects done, and I need to I think if I tackle any big project today, it is going to be to clean my staging room, because it is a disaster right now, and it's really bad, to the point that if I need to take pictures or organize any of my items, I can't. Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. When I have those appointments, it yeah. I'm fresh as a daisy. I'm nice and properly groomed. Oh yeah. I get it. We ain't going to that doctor with a jungle. Oh. We are working on 939, which is the main color of this page. It is the bane of my existence. The main color of this cross stitch, to be fair. 939 out of this cross stitch has over 50% of the stitches. So when it's it's on every page, but yeah, it is. There's no escaping 939. It will be on every page, and chances are it'll be the first color I do on every page, because it gives me the outline of where I need to work and go. Oh, but we're sniffing things feature, but we're not announcing ads. Thank you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okie doke, and we're back. I try to not talk too much when the ads are going, because oh really? Okay. Wow. Okay, so ads are done. Oh my goodness. So I've said this several times. When I became a certified Twitch streamer thing, genuinely the only reason I wanted to have it is when is so I could interact and like give out presents and whatnot. And I do. I still do presents. Not so much the past year or so, because life has been hell. But I am in June. I'm gonna be gearing up for presents again. I will be. I'll post pictures on Facebook and in Discord that I have it's called a Chanel rose. The pattern is by Hookok. I think that's how you say it. It's Hook Okay. I don't know if it's Hook Okay, two different words, or Hook Ok. Yeah. But instead of the black trim that is shown in the picture, for June I will be doing a rainbow rose. I'll have the white petals, and the edging will be rainbow, and I'll figure something out for the stem. The stem might just be a traditional green, to be fair, or it might be, I might find some good wild short transition rainbow, because I have rainbow thread. Don't get me wrong, I have rainbow thread till the cows come home, but it's a long stretch. It's for bigger projects. So maybe I can find some short stretch and do some rainbow leaves. But that's what I'm planning for June. I think I'm gonna maybe have 4 or 5 of those to give away. But that's why did I do that? I got to talking. That's why I did that. Ugh. But I have that on deck for June, and but that's genuinely why I have the. Okay, let's see, and that's 4. And don't get me wrong, I do utilize like the every 3 months the $50 I get, it goes back into stream. It goes back into the stream, so that's what pays my shipping to when I send out the presents. Okay, where's that? Mm-hmm. Okie doke. I finally got to a point where there's not little weird popcorn surprise stitches. So it is a gray day here in Maine. I hear a good portion of the United States is getting a heat wave or is on fire. Uh, and while I would love to see some sun, because we get the sunlight for 30 minutes, like, and it's light outside. Don't get me wrong, we have light, but it's not sunny. It's warm, but it's not sunny, and like it's warm enough that I haven't even touched the wood stove today. That the house is that warm. Like I am not wearing my creature cover, and it is warm in my house. So while I fight with some string here. Mhm. So before I turned on my awesome music by Squirrel Dad, I was watching Miss Twisted. Now, if you have not followed her on YouTube and you like to watch like creation and stuff like that, like crafting, she is amazing. She's funny, and her stuff is just gorgeous. Like it is just gorgeous. And I have since stopped saying I can't do that because I probably could take the time and skills and learn how to do that. But I prefer watching her. Like she is just amazingly beautiful in her artwork and her style, and I love watching her videos. So that's what I was watching beforehand, and she was working on a like I think I would do weaponry. Like if I did cosplay stuff, I would design I would I would make the fantasy weapons because I like that. Mm-hmm. Beep, beep, beep. Next few lines are just going to be straight back and forth. The patch I'm working in is 20 across. Like so. For those of you nerds, it's 2 stitches over an inch of work because this is 18 count 8 a cloth, and how you figure out count for a cloth is you count how many stitches are in an inch. And this is 18 and I'm doing 20 across. So I'm working I'm working a little over an inch by inch. Okay, so we're gonna. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go 4 down and just make a marker. 2, 3. We're gonna make a marker, and all of these rows. I'm getting caught on something, and I don't know what it is. My keyboard drawer. So no more typing for me. I honestly, I did that with crochet. Is as even up as to just before I started doing it. I can't do that. I shake too much. Um, and I started doing it, and mind you, I shook quite a bit. Then I learned that T-Rex arms crocheting is the way to go. And some days, like now that I've started doing lace level, um, it's I'll pinch the work and I'll crochet at, like in the area, like I'll pinch the line and I'll crochet the line while I'm doing T-Rex arms crocheting. Because when I start extending my arms away from my body is when my tremors are a little louder. But yeah, I have stopped saying I can't do that. I have instead rephrased it to I am choosing not to because I do not have the energy. And it's like with I've been collaborating with Nest of Nessie. Her name is Elizabeth. I don't know if she likes, or not Elizabeth, Michelle. Wow. That's all I got. And she does gothic chokers, jewelry, vintage button jewelry. She's fantastic. Nest of Nessie on Facebook. If you want to follow her, give her a boost. Her brain tells her that it hates her more than my brain does, which is kind of impressive. So she's awesome. She's nice, and I've been doing a few crochet items, high neck Victorian chokers that I'm giving to her so she can decorate and broaden her product base. We're kind of testing the waters. If they sell, awesome. I'll make a couple more. If they don't, oh well. But it's no longer I can't, because I could. I don't have the energy I need, and I like to. I'm trying to stay focused in a couple of areas with my stencil art, and my cross stitch will never make money, but my Ada cloth might. And with it getting warmer, I can actually start doing my table setup outside, because I try not to. My husband would argue, but I try not to make the house 50 billion different colors while I'm playing with dye. So I do a lot of that outside. But the ground's starting to thaw, so I've been trying to clean up my backyard, because we're playing the fun game of is it mud or is it dog poo? Luckily, I have literal shit kickers, and I just put those on and put the ice spikes on, and I rake up the backyard best I can. Doing the bits that I'm doing right now is just making me dread, because later on in this project there are entire pages that are almost entirely 939. And I mean, the page previous to this was close to entirely 939, and this page is pretty damn close to mostly 939, but I'm talking maybe there's like 3 stitches in the entire page that it's not 939. So, but it's also very hypnotizing. Like I'll find myself just wandering off and just forgetting that I'm on stream and that maybe I need to look up and see if people have talked, see if anyone said anything. Mhm. I've even managed to get a pretty good camera angle. But yeah, I'll do this till about 12. I'm not leaving my house today. I have no need to leave my house today, so I will at least get a couple of the projects that are on my list. I'll get a couple of them done. Mhm. Ba-do-ba-do. Mhm. I know one thing I'm gonna do today is my dining room. Um, Taking down my window quilts. Because it has gotten to the point where I don't need to keep the windows from leaking. Like the house needs to have a little bit of respiration going on. But today I'm gonna take everything down and run it through the wash. The window quilts did phenomenal, but I'm gonna add a little bit more, make them a little bit more. They're one side is a heat reflective side, and the other side is all black. And I'm going to purchase a roll of black felt, whether it be an entire roll or just do some measurements and figure out how many yards I need. I'm going to buy some black felt, and I'm going to better line the coitons. And get some better Velcro, because the Velcro that they came with was kind of shit. So I'm gonna invest in some higher end Velcro and I don't know if you're still around, Spook, but how's your dragon cross stitch going? Did you conquer that massive amount of black? All the 310, all of it. There's something making vibrations outside my house. Not quite sure what it is, but it's big and it's making. Well, it was making noise. It's all done now. Whatever it is, it's done vibrating. I totally like that. That's what I like to do when I do. And you weren't here for Buffalo Woman, I don't think. When I first started Buffalo Woman in 2019, um, prior to that, my largest project had been about 60,000 stitches. It was Walt Disney World's past, present, forever. It was a park exclusive that I was gifted. I have it framed in my house. It is beautiful. Um, but then I wanted to tackle my first Heaven and Earth. Very, very overwhelmed. Because they are huge. And I kept worrying about page lines and this, that, the other thing. Now, I've never had to worry about page lines before, to be completely honest, because I don't yard on my fabric. I don't yard my stitches. They are, as soon as I hit the end of my stitch, I stop. Or my string, I stop. It's very gentle. I have very evenly taut stitches. Say for a couple times I played thread chicken. But going 20 by 20 is yes. And just for like suggesting with the dragon, just whatever page you were currently on, just work on that page. Like, I know I get distracted, like, oh, there's stitches way over there. No, there aren't. Like, just tell your brain, no, there aren't. I'm working on this area. This is all I got. And honestly, I'm working page by page, but I'm trying to make sure that I'm also working on a huge color, but I work 20 by 20 up and down the columns. There's a whole mess of 939 down here, but I can't reach it reasonably. So I'm letting myself get down in another area to reach it. It's more complicated than people think it is. Like, there's a lot of like mental gymnastics that go into cross stitching and picking colors and what colors you're going to do next. And yeah, I get it. But 20 by 20 is a great practice. And Pattern Keeper. Pattern Keeper saved my ass. Like, and I know there are other programs out there now, but Pattern Keeper was first of its kind. And I mean, I paid $10. It is more than completed the $10 I paid for it. I love it so much. I also use a thread tracker, which keeps track of all my embroidery floss, and and I bought the pro version, which was $5, but it keeps track of how many skeins of every color that I have, and it has DMC, it has Anchor, it has JP coats, JPN coats. It has many different brands, and I adore that too, because I have a lot of embroidery floss, and I think it works with yarn as well, but I rescue a lot of my yarn and I'm like, ooh, that's a pretty color. So okay, so we are done our block. One less. Mm-hmm. And I have cross stitches that have gone into the naughty bin, because I messed up somewhere and I just haven't had the wherewithal to recover. They'll come out of the bin eventually. I even remembered this stuff. I'm so proud of me. That looks funny though. That's better. So I have display thoughts and concerns that I need to talk about out loud. So as a mildly captive audience, so I try to upcycle my displays. I try not to buy new, or I try to find Facebook Market deals, and I've actually been pretty good about finding good deals and whatnot. Like I use oven racks, um, for displays. Like I find them in Salvation Army, and I use them as grid walls because that's kind of what they are. But some of the bed frames I tried to take all the sharp pointy edges off, and like I added chicken wire, and I'm just trying to make them look less, like I'm trying to even out the edges where everything connects, and I'm thinking that I need to use a wood trim to do it. I'm just trying to. That was it. That was it. Okay. Yeah. uh, I'm just trying to hide the transition, I guess would be the best way to describe it. I'm trying to hide the transition where I have attached the chicken wire, and where like it's the outside frame of the bed frame. And saying it out loud, I do think that a attaching wood, a wood trim around it will help make it look a little bit more professional. Mm-hmm. Almost got done a 20 by 20 block today, which is because I started off before I turned stream on. I had just completed uh, a 20 by 20 block. So when I started stream today, I was starting a new 20 by 20 block. So, and I'm 2 lines. I'm going back. This line and the line underneath it will be the end of the block. more stitches. Means I've done just about 200 stitches today, which is very pleasing. Very pleasing. But after this row, we've reached the area where it's quite literally just blocks of 10 back and forth. No random gap and jumps and whatnot. So I'll be able to turn my brain off and just go. Or redirect my brain in another direction. Hyper focus activate! I somehow I already have a knot in my stuff. Not cool. You know what? Stay in there.
You can check out the pet cafe.
And next time he says incoming ad break, I'm gonna take a short break to go grab a drink. Because it's close to 10:30. I think it'll be a little bit before 10:30. Or just a little after 10:30. Not sure. But next time he says incoming ad break, I'm gonna swap over and take a little bit of a break. Okie doke. Block of 10. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, I did a 10 by 20. My bad. Getting these 10 rows done will give me a 20 by 20. But it's solid color, so here's hoping. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do-be-do. I found all my hidden like pre-cut stashes because sometimes I'll cut cut some thread and then I will lose it or it will get stuck to me and then I'll be like, oh, I gotta cut another length. And in cleaning, I found a couple of my misplaced pre-cut lengths, so I'm tearing through that today. They were a little dusty, but I took that off before I. No. think at 36 is when the ad break will be popping up, so I'm trying to keep my eye on it so I can be like, hey, be right back. But again, when I hear Pando say incoming ad break, I'm gonna pop on my burb screen. Okay, I'll see ya.
Welcome, J13.
There are mods. There's me. The other mods are resting, as they well should be. But as most people know, you have to do horribly atrocious things to actually get on my nerves. So, how you doing, Mr. Sir? Oh my goodness, there we go. No, because I know you are fully capable. You've been staying out of trouble? Or at least not getting caught? That's the key thing. It's not that you stay out of trouble, it's that you don't get caught. And I'm around when you're streaming, but I'm at work, and I love you to bits. I love you to bits, but I'm not allowed to wear headphones at work, and you are definitely a headphone stream. No, I've been, my schedule is just bananas too. Like I'm after the 23rd, I'm gonna have to sit and think about my streaming schedule because I'm going on to 12-hour days every other weekend. So one of my Mondays, I'm going to be working into 7 a.m. So, yeah. I just think it'll be every other Monday. I just don't stream. Easy as that, but it's still frustrating. Healthcare is not for the faint of heart. I have only I've done 50-hour weeks for the past couple of weeks. Like nothing wildly out there, but it's a lot of work. Okay, so when Pando says, "Hey, incoming ad break," I'm gonna go on a break because I need something to drink. I just don't like going on break, coming back, and then going on break again. So I'll go on break when the ads are playing. Yeah, and that's the hard thing. Is like I was getting into a good groove. I was.
Something has
There we're back. I had a doggo obstacle course. I had to dodge dogs and their toys, and we had the added challenge of stairs. Ah, there we go. But yeah, I was on like we had finally gotten mostly staffed at work. I wasn't being asked to work a whole lot of extra shifts, and then we lost half of my shift, and then we lost some overnights. So a new person from my shift went to the overnights because that's what they wanted. So I I only have 2 people on my shift. We need 4 to 5 to function properly. So yeah, since February is when we lost an overnight, and then most of February, end of February to March 22nd, I was doing overnights, and then we had a new person come on, or wasn't? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of overnights and my 3 to 11 shift. Sometimes both in the same day. Sometimes it's been a surprise. Enough. Lay down. Coucher. César, coucher. César, coucher. Pixie, coucher. There's more than enough room. We do not need to do the circle fuck. My new goal is all 3 med passes in one day. Actually, I came close to that. Yeah, it was rough. It's a little illegal, but, you know, the only shift that I outright refuse to work is the 6:45 to 3. Now, if I'm already there from the overnight, I don't mind doing the morning med pass because I'm already there. I'm already moving. But I will not get up at 5:30 in the morning to be able to get ready to go to work. uh, they're only suggestions. And the thing is when I'm just on my normal schedule, I'm fine. I can even go day after day after day after day. Like if I was scheduled for 3 to 11 every single day, it would be fine because I can schedule it. I can get used to it. I can put it into a routine. But what's getting me is we're going to have you do 11 to 7. No, 3 to 11. No, can you do both? I'm not looking forward to these 12s. Yeah. And I think I do really, really well with having my routine disrupted. I'm sure Husband Creature would argue, but I think for what's going on inside of my head, the outside presentation of having my routine fucked up with is good. See, and with the ASD, with the ADHD, I have to do the same thing, but I can do it in different orders. As long as it all gets done, it doesn't have to be the same order. So, that's a benefit. Yeah. I always hated the 11 to 9. That shift sucks so much ass. Because you can't have anything, you can't do anything in the morning, and when you get home, you can't do it. Oh, I hated the mid shift. That's what, in hotels, I had that shift once. I mean, 11 a.m. is fine for me to go in for. Like, I can even do as early as 8. But 7 a.m. is really pushing my limits of what I want to actually do. Can I? Yes. Do I want to? If I have choices? No. If I really like someone and they ask me really, really nicely, I might. I'm almost down my second block. I've almost gotten a 20 by 20 square done. Well, husband creature has to be at work for 8, so he's generally in bed when I get home, and I try to be as quiet as I can. I get home at 11:15 if it's been a rough day. And I will stay up till about midnight, and then I'll go and I'll lay down till about 2 or 3. And then I'll finally get to sleep, and then I'll get back up at 8. Because I have the dogs and the diabetes, and neither of them are really fanciful on waiting. And sometimes it's legitimately a tie as to which is more annoying, the dogs or the disease. Husband creature has said similar, but I openly admit, like, and I've been noticing it more and more, when I'm around people, they start to get tired and fall asleep. Now, I take no offense to it. I actually find it rather, like, very, very, like, it makes me feel good that people are comfortable enough to get tired around me, to fall asleep around me. That gives, because that says that they're secure around me. And whenever, like, my coworkers, they don't hang out around me because they start yawning, and maybe I'm just boring, but I'm okay with that too. But I laugh because last night I was working the desk. I was doing all the paperwork, making sure all the meds were in the computer correctly, and the coworker walks up and starts talking to me, and like 5 minutes in, she starts yawning. I'm like, it's okay. Go, you don't need to hang out with me. Go wherever you were. You'll wake up right quick. She's like, you must be the best around babies. I'm like, I have no issues. When I used to babysit, the kids would fall asleep around me. It's not good. It's not good when I'm on car trips because people tend to fall asleep in the car with me. And yeah, I do the driving sometimes, most of the time. I really do like that people are comfortable enough around me that they allow themselves to fall asleep. But I can be a raging ball of chaos. It takes a lot, but I am capable of raging ball of chaos. Yes, yes. So somewhere in the middle, we'd be balanced out. It's kind of like the necklace that I'm working on. It's a high collar gothic necklace. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's hot pink. So I like the dichotomy of it's a very classy necklace, very pretty, but it's hot pink. Well, it's variegated, so it goes from hot pink to white to burgundy. It's very, very, very pretty, but it's not what you expect out of a high collar necklace, a high collar choker, I should say. I I am not a pink person because my skin tone, like I know, like on camera, it doesn't look quite as pink as it is, but my skin tone is pink, so I don't wear pink because I don't need to be more pink. Um, I like the color just fine. It is not a color I will wear. But but a nice soft pink actually makes me look more pale. So I do like the soft pinks. I was remembering when I was growing up, I had a velvet pink button down shirt that I just adored, and I don't know where it went. I think my mom got rid of it because she didn't like it. And it wasn't like it wasn't a revealing shirt or anything like that. It was a pink velvet button down. Early 2000s kids. Fashion is coming back. It's kind of scary. And it also stands out. It's easy to find pink. My phone case, my phone case is glitter, it sparkles, and it moves. Ah. My phone case has the bling bling on the side though. Yes. Yes. All the craft herpes. I haven't used craft herpes in a while. I think today that might have to change. Maybe. I don't know yet. Okie doke. I'm just trying to get this color done since there's so much of it. Chances are you'll just hear the amazing beats of Mr. Bacon. And my occasional vocal stimming. Well, you are that okay, at least for my stream, I just like having the background noise, like no vocals. So if you just have like just beats, send me a link and I will add them into my. I'll make some mad purchasing because I got like a smidge of purchasing power that I can do the things. Send me link in Discord and I will steal your stuff. I'll steal it anyway, but unless it's just background noise, it. Well, send me the link. Send me where I can get it, and I will listen and I will decide. I support my friends and I love music, so. I have all of them, but I'm super duper old school and I have Pandora, but I do have Spotify, so send me Spotify. Currently I'm using Winamp for this cuz I downloaded everything. So okie doke. Thank you much. I'm on the last row to get a 20 by 20 block done. Hello.
Dragon off 6,210.
Hey, lady. Um, that's only okay if Dragon's okay with it. Okay. Dragon, you missed it. Dionysus has made his appearance. Mind you, it's 6 black squares at the very, like, this top back part of his scalp, but he has made an appearance. But next week he'll be on the rack. I'm all good. Oh. We. Ooh. I get a lot of stitches done with block color, and we're firmly in block color territory. We were firmly in block color territory. We're moving back out into, I have to pay attention so I don't overlap things. Ah! I used up all my pre-cut stuff. So yesterday I was at work, and my camera, my parking lot goes off and says vehicle. So I like to check out my parking lot camera, and I see a car parked in my parking lot. And I message. I watch them. No one gets out. They just park there, and they sit there for half an hour. I'm messaging husband creature. He apparently was in the middle of a game where you can't get out of, like League of Legends esque kind of game, Call of Duty esque kind of game. I think it's called Predecessor. And I'm just chomping at the bit because I can see a lighter going off. And I just sit and so I want people to understand I'm protective of my property, because if someone gets hurt on my property, that's my responsibility. It doesn't matter if they were trespassing or not. Unfortunately, due to the way Maine laws are written, if someone gets hurt on my property, they can sue me. So I just mitigate that by get off my yard. And yeah, by the time he got done his game, they had left, and I'm like, motherfuckers. So 4. I'm gonna. I have had many a person comment that it's not a big deal. Why do you get so angry when people park in your driveway? Well, A, it's my driveway. B, before I moved into my house, now mind you, I've been at this location for 20 years at this point. Pixie, go lay down. And before I moved in, there used to be people shooting up heroin, taxis would idle in my driveway. Like, I yelled at a lot of people when I first moved in. And that's how I discovered the heavy drug use XYZ. And in Maine, you can have no trespassing signs. But another way to do it is purple spray paint on a tree, because the spray paint can't blow off or be moved. And it's easily registerable as no trespassing. So I researched the exact color. I got the exact color. I don't think it works quite that way. But so I painted the trees on that particular part of my area purple. Just broad base, like right on the front of the tree, because it's a 45-foot long parking area across from my house, because that's how my property was designed. And it's just so frustrating. Because I knew if my driveway were up the side of my house, people wouldn't get as upset when I'm like, hey, I don't like people parking in my driveway, because, oh yeah, it's up next to your house. It's my driveway. That is my driveway. That is where I put my cars, where I should be able to put other things, but I can't because I live in a trashy neighborhood. But I do think that'll be my one house chore today, is I'm gonna take my shovel, I'm gonna take my rake, and I'm gonna do a little bit of spring cleaning on my driveway. Because it's not raining outside, which is nice. We'll have Benny Hill out in front of my house. I'll turn on all the cameras so we can get all the angles. Then we'll have the Benny Hill music playing. I'll figure out how to blast that on the loudspeakers. I don't have loudspeakers, but they're easy enough to get. That's actually my next investment, is a loud speaker for my cameras, because the cameras have microphones. I can interact with people through my cameras, and I can hear very well. But apparently, the speakers on the camera are shit, so they can't hear me very well. So I'm gonna fix that. Dooby-doo. I like the solid back and forth. I don't have to count. I don't have to worry. But it only lasts for 2 more rows. Then I have to start paying attention again. And with the boots that mix likes to wear, there's no running. There is no running anywhere in any of those. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just as a warning, and I know it's going to be super close to the time that I log off, but at like 37, I'm going to turn on my be right back screen, take a short little break, little stretch break. Mm-hmm. I'm in the mode. Like I got on the solid blocks of color, and I'm just cruising right through it. Yeah. I'm still trying to work out and decide what chores I want to do today, if any. Small ones will definitely get done, but I'm wondering legit if I want to tackle any of my bigger ones. Answer is leaning towards no, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. Okie doke. Yeah, that's like one of the chores I'm avoiding is cleaning the house. Mm. Mm. Gotta go back to paying attention to what I'm stitching. Luckily, on this row, I've already. I'm like, I know I literally just cut a piece of string. So I was looking over and I saw the scraps where I have been pulling it off the needle here, but I couldn't see where I put my newly cut length of string, and I was like, really? That's honestly 99% of what happens is I cut the piece of string and I lose it after putting it in a safe spot.
Jordi_underscore.
Hello. Hello, hello. Leftover. I still have leftover fuzz. I have leftover floof. No, that's good morning. Dan saying morning is simply a statement of fact because it is in fact morning. Well, at least for me, for another half hour, it's morning. So fresh, so clean. And you'd be like, oh, what a beautiful morning. I'm not quite sure that I'm in that mood, but I I can I could just hang out and everybody would fall asleep. I don't know if it works over the internet. That might be a fun experiment.
Hungry.
Oh. $900 seems a bit excessive for a case. I mean, unless it farts magical fairies for a case, that does seem a lot. Now, if it's a magical fairy farting case, I might pay $900 for that. Oh yeah, if you're not, it's like it's like me. I don't stream my computer case. Like I don't stream games, so you're not going to see my computer case. So I don't care. Well, I personally enjoy colorful things. So if I have the option, I will eventually like to have a case with lots of lights. But that's for me. Damn. Damn. And while Corsair is a great brand, don't get me wrong, my Corsair stuff has outlasted even some of my Logitech stuff. Actually, it has outlasted my Logitech stuff. But yeah. That's a big case. No. I did. I blew the dust out of my case the other day. When I took it downstairs, I put on the clean filter and there was a lot of dust. But you need you need to dust out your cases every once in a while. See, and I see that as good sales. I've spoke frequently about how I'm not a good salesperson because I don't sell things in the traditional sense. I listen to what someone needs and I help them get what they need and or want. If they want something, I'll help them get that too, but I don't try to pressure people into getting stuff that they don't need or want. And unfortunately in traditional sales, that's not how it works. So I've always been seen as a bad salesperson. Um, but I've realized that I am the type of salesperson that is I build the relationship of trust so that even if you don't buy something huge from me the first time, you'll know that I'm not dicking around and you'll come back to me. So I build customer bases instead of just one-offs. Exactly. I my computer is currently a Frankenstein. Um, I started off. Its base model is a Alienware Aurora, um, and I have added I've added hard drives and RAM and swapped out things. But that's generally what I tend to do. Is eventually somewhere in the future I will build my own PC. But for now, I am happy taking a prefab and just modding it to what I want. And the computer that I had previous to this is gonna, when my video space is up and running, I'm probably going to utilize that as more of a server and function computer where it will run like my lighting schedules and some other things in the house kind of deal. Yeah, yeah. Could you imagine that? One pack of bacon in a walk-in. I would be like, oh my god. Yeah, if you're not running big things, you don't need the big case. I'm gonna have to. Now I'm curious. I don't have it in my brain to remember what it looks like. I've probably seen it before. I've probably gone, ooh, that's pretty, but ad break soon. Just in case your speakers are up loud. Whew.
Something had
Damn. And ad break is over. Yes, that sounds like a ridiculously sized case. And back after these messages. I'll be right back. Mind you, I didn't go anywhere. I just sat and drank some iced tea. Did a little bit of stretching, a little bit of hip stretching. I'm aiming to get the 10 rows that I'm working on all done before noon. If it happens, it happens. If not, I've done well over 400 stitches today. So I am in my happy space of stitch count. But I would not be sad if I got an entire 10 rows all done. Another 10 rows. I've already done, I want to say I've done 20 rows already. Yeah, because I just got down to 20 by 20. And the sun looks like it's trying to come out, so if that happens, that'll be a really good day. Have fun! Thank you for your time! Yeah, this section is actually getting narrower as we're going down. So because this is his other ear. This is the floofy doof part, and
Hungry.
mhm. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this row and I'll give out the deets of how much we got done today. Because actually, it got quite a bit done. So. Oh, let me roll my eyes at my dogs who I'm gonna shut out of this room. Guys, go. It drive me bananas. Okay. So, start off today at 11.23%. We did 587 stitches, which brings us up to 11.43%, that's just pretty awesome. I'll be on tomorrow from 10 to noon, and hopefully next week so far is looking uneventful. I'm not going to use the Q word. I can't because every time I use it, something happens. So this is going to be then I'm going to have to sit and reevaluate my stream schedule because the 23rd is when I start doing 12-hour shifts. So it's going to be wild and crazy. So I love you all. Thank you for the gift of your time. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. I will be back tomorrow, and thank you all so very